Ah, scram. Looky here. Old-fashioned Blackberry Cobbler. Wait, what? Cool Whip. Let's go back in time, y'all. Okay, so here we have 4 cups of blackberries, fresh blackberries that I got at the store. Hand-picked is even better. That was a little squirt of lemon juice, and I have a half a cup of sugar in here. And that's it for our filling. All we're going to do now is stir it around until that half a cup of sugar is absorbed by the berries. And you're going to let it macerate. So we're going to keep on stirring and stirring and stirring. And then it's going to develop its own little light syrup in there as well. Doesn't that look delicious? Boy, boy, boy. Now, this is a full cup of sugar. This is going to be the dough or cobbler part. To a cup of sugar, I'm going to add my melted butter. And don't worry, I'm going to have all of the ingredients and their measurements down below. So we're going to cream this together. So much easier when the butter's melted. So you can use salted or unsalted butter. I'm using unsalted butter because it's what we have. So I'm going to have to add a pinch of salt later just to make up for it. Salted butter tastes really good in this recipe. Next, we are going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Then we're going to throw in our flour. We're going to give this a little mix-a-do. Let me just tell you something. When I was growing up as a very young child, here's my pinch of salt I was telling you about. My father's aunt, Aunt Sarah, would come visit us every summer for like 3 weeks. And she only knew how to make things the old-fashioned way. And to this day, it's some of the best memories I have of her. It's just this, everything tasted so much better when Aunt Sarah made it. She used to make me cinnamon rolls. That's what got me on my start. And sometimes the simplest dishes are the most delicious. And this is all basic ingredients. Have you noticed we've had nothing exotic in here? We've had nothing hard to find. Butter, sugar, flour, baking powder, all the stuff they had back in the 30s, 40s. Of course, Aunt Sarah would grow her own blackberries and pick them fresh because that's what you did back in the day. There wasn't always a store that you could go run to and buy your blackberries. So I got that mixed up good enough. Here's my milk. What I'm going to do is add my vanilla to this. Here's a little tip. When you're measuring vanilla, let it spill a little bit over the top. That way, make sure you got enough in there. And the reason we mix it with the milk is for even distribution. If I was to add it to the flour right now, then you'd have like a vanilla-y part of the flour that would absorb it all, and then some non-vanilla-y parts, if that makes sense. So now we're just going to stir this around with a rubber spatula, scraping the sides as we go, making sure that vanilla and that milk gets everywhere. And you're just going to stir it up until you don't have any lumps. You will have lumps, just no big old honking golf ball size lumps of flour. Little lumps, they break apart. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here is my 8x8 or 9x9, whatever it is. I buttered the dish, the baking dish, and we're just going to dump this in there. Again, this is the simplest thing. And this is an important step. You put the batter in first, and next will come the fruit. Boom, look at that. Doesn't that look good already? Let's take us a spoon, and we're going to dollop these blackberries and the juice all over the place. Now, if you buy your berries at the store and there's not a lot of juice at the bottom, throw a couple tablespoons of water in there as you stir it around with the sugar. You need a little bit of syrup going on in here. Look at this. The important step here is just drop it on the top and do not mix it. Whatever you do, super important that you don't mix it up. All of that delicious batter is going to cook up all around those berries and they're going to sink. And you're going to have magic and heaven on earth right here. That looks good to me. Already it looks good. Let's put it in the oven. 375 for 35 minutes. Look what's coming. Oh, my house smells so good. Look at this. Golden brown top. All those berries and ooey gooey goodness has dropped to the bottom. This, oh, wafting. And let's do a close-up. Look at the bubbling. Oh my gosh. Hot, hot, hot. Let it rest for 15-20 minutes before you scoop into it.
Downtown.
Which I'm going to do right now. Scoop. Mmm. I couldn't take it any longer. The house smells so good. Hey, if you like this video, how about a thumbs up? Thanks so much for watching.